Hi, welcome to the channel. This is a current energy check-in for September 19, 2025 with the moon in Leo. All right, let's see what the energy is like. What's going on for the collective today? All right, so we have the equator. So things becoming equal, but it came out in the reverse. So maybe there's some sort of imbalance going on today. Maybe you don't feel like things are equal. There could be some kind of inequity going on or an imbalance. All right, what else? All right, we have Pride, number 19. And we have Joy with the dragonfly. And we have Shadow Self, denial, projecting, or shame. Let's get one more and then we'll clarify these after the tarot. So we have the Assassin, ruthlessness and conviction. All right. Okay, so Queen of Pentacles, that could be you. That's the overall energy. So it's an energy of resourcefulness, being grounded, providing for yourself or others, being careful about your resources, being connected to nature. Someone who is honest, reliable, loyal, truthful. A motherly figure could be, or someone who is just very careful about their morals, their money, probably their home, right? So the home environment could be emphasized, or something about resources and practicality. A practical nature could be emphasized today, or being down to earth. You could be a earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or you're dealing with such. There are lots of options going on today, or lots of opportunities to do things, choices, maybe some confusion, but I feel like it's more like opportunities coming in. And it's like, how will you use your resources? The challenge is the Star card in reverse. There could be some kind of issue with health, or losing hope, losing faith. You might be giving up on something. The outcome is the Knight of Swords, and I feel like since it's in the reverse, there could be, I'm getting like someone swallowing their pride, or kind of like maybe keeping things to yourself, or there's something that you don't want to talk about, or someone doesn't want to talk about something, or there could be some deception even, or hidden truths. This could be dealing with the shadow self. So what I'm getting is you could possibly be in some sort of conundrum where you are stuck between a rock and a hard place. You might be, you know, you have a lot of opportunities and options. You can make choices. You have control. I feel like you can like plan your day out or do things with your day that you want to do. You have many opportunities for flexibility, for productivity. I feel like you are not being controlled by anyone else. So if you're in a work environment, I feel like there's many different opportunities for you to perform the way that you want to perform, or to select the tasks that you want to select and go for them. Or if this is about a family dynamic or relationships, there are many options. So maybe you are able to see multiple different types of people. You could see your family, you could see your friends, or if you're dating, you're open to meeting new people. There could be a feeling of being overwhelmed and maybe wanting to stick close to home or just stick with what's practical. You could want to be more grounded today and not do too much. You might select to do one thing and do it well. But I feel like you could be losing faith in all of your options. Like maybe you're down to earth and practical and resourceful, but maybe you're tired of the options that are coming your way and you're losing hope or faith in having what you want or getting to where you want to be. Or if this is about health, you may be doing a lot, but you're not seeing results and you feel like you are kind of losing faith in that. You could also be keeping some things to yourself with the Knight of Swords in reverse. But maybe that's a good thing rather than lashing out. But maybe you are lashing out with the reverse. So let's see what this is all about. So there's an energy here, Knight of Pentacles. Just take things slow. Make careful choices. Think before you act. If there are a lot of options around you, be selective and take care when choosing, and then go slow with your choices. If let me turn this down a bit. If there's confusion, take one step at a time is what I'm getting, and just go slow with whatever it is you're doing. Don't feel overwhelmed. Again, plant your seeds, go one step at a time, take your time to do what's right, is what I'm hearing. So why is the challenge the Star card in reverse? Aquarius energy. So I guess you feel like you just are maybe working a grind kind of thing where there's no hope for a new beginning with something. Maybe you're just getting tired. This could be like a drain at the end of the week, like, when are things going to change? When is something new going to come into my life? When are things going to be more adventurous? I feel like you're losing hope in a new beginning, and you feel like things are just kind of like, I don't know, like grinding to a halt almost. With the Knight of Pentacles, things are moving really slow. And even though you may have a lot of opportunities, it feels like everything's moving in slow motion. And maybe you're confused or overwhelmed or not liking all of your opportunities. I haven't seen the Four of Cups come out, but I do feel like the challenge is getting things off the ground, getting excited about anything, because it feels like you keep doing the same thing. So the practical thing is here with the Queen of Pentacles. So maybe you've been doing the same thing every day. Maybe you've been putting in a lot of hours at work. Maybe you've been working a lot to improve your resources or do something with your home or on your workspace. And it's just like, when are things going to change? When is there going to be a new start, a fresh beginning, or something that you can have hope in rather than just grinding, And why do we have this Knight of Swords here in the reverse? All right, so yeah, the Sun card in reverse. So I feel like there could be a low-grade depression going on. Like maybe you're kind of like, it could even be like someone that's angry about the fact that nothing changes, everything keeps grinding along, and it's just, I feel like there's a little bit of bitterness or anger regarding a situation that you're caught up in. Like nothing's new, there's no new adventure, there's no new beginnings, and you're waiting on it or you're working toward it, but it just always stays the same. And I feel like that's kind of bringing some kind of shadow energy, and you could be bottling something up inside. There could be, like with this shadow self, you could be growing more impatient or angry about situations that you feel are not changing. So that could be a situation. I don't feel like it's that bad with the Sun card. Here, the Sun card is a good card, even in the reverse. But you could be hiding it from yourself, or the fact that there could be frustration that you're not addressing, or you're not... it could be like road rage or something surfacing, like from a dull day or from putting a lot of work in. underneath it all, you might feel like I'm getting grinding teeth. Someone grinds their teeth, or something about like suppressing the fact that you're frustrated just because you're trying to get through your day. Tell me about this Queen of Pentacles. All right, so there's that Knight of Swords again. So I feel like you could be trying to just take care of your work, take care of your bills, take care of your home. Someone's very practical here, and they do their work. They do what they need to do. You could provide for others. You could be someone that's very grounded. You work on things a lot. You get things done. You're honest, loyal, and committed. But underneath it all, there's this, when is something going to change? You could be just bottling up a lot of thinking and emotions about things, going around and around in your head, and kind of keeping it to yourself while you show up and show out and do your work, and you provide for everyone, and you seem to be well grounded and down to earth and loyal and committed and self-disciplined and really wise and understanding. So I feel like that's a face that you're putting, like that's probably the way you are. That is your nature possibly, but underneath it all, there's a growing resentment or a frustration, or this maybe inability to express or lash out. You could be suppressing that. Maybe you don't want to lash out, but you're feeling some kind of frustration is what I feel. Tell me more about the equator. And I feel like maybe it's about this feeling imbalanced, feeling like you're doing more work than others. Maybe it's feeling like you do it all for everyone. Maybe you are a mother figure or a parent or a boss or someone that's providing services, and I feel like it's just not, there's no halfways. People are not meeting you halfway, and you're kind of like getting tired of it, but you're keeping that to yourself. Yeah, there's the Moon card, and it's like, yeah, why are other people not doing the same thing as you, or there's no equality here? And again, I feel like you're keeping that to yourself. You're keeping that hidden. The fact that there's inequality. You know it, but you're keeping it to yourself. You don't want to speak out about it or something like that. It could be fear too. You could be fearful of change. There could be something about change that you're fearing, or you feel like you're trying to keep things, like maybe you feel like there's going to be some kind of inequality. Someone has a lot of pride. What is the pride? Maybe this is you. Could be a Taurus, and we do have that earth energy here again. So it could be an organization, but I feel like it's maybe a Taurus, or someone has kind of like a work ethic that's really strong. It's like, this is the way we do it. This is the way it's done. It could be a prideful work ethic, and maybe just a staunch work ethic, like having pride in the things that you do, following the rules, abiding by certain like knowledge and wisdom, trusting in your faith, but yet not feel, it's like almost like a little bit too prideful in the fact that you're keeping, there's something about just doing these things not out of pride. I feel like it's out of necessity, like taking care of your life, doing the things that you need to do, showing up, being a good worker, being a good parent, and just doing everything. And then you feel like maybe angry inside that other people are not showing up and helping you, or meeting you halfway. And you could even be shaking, I'm getting like someone like shaking their fist. Why are you guys not helping? Why is no one else standing up for what I'm doing? Why is no one else holding up the rules, or having some kind of principles? I feel like you could be angry that other people don't like get in line with you the way that you're doing things, or the way that you feel would be equal. Why is joy here with Dragonfly? All right, so now we have the World card. So something could be closing out. It's a cycle coming to an end. You could be, I mean, with Dragonfly, it's like, I feel like this could be a moment that you're kind of hovering between two worlds. Yeah, and I feel like there's still, you're kind of just like, okay, when is this going to end? You're feeling some kind of sadness about the fact that this, whatever you're doing is not bringing you joy. You're angry about whatever, however, it's like you keep doing the work, showing up, but it's not bringing you the rewards, and there's some sort of bitterness or resentment. There could be some sort of ending to the situation where you're just kind of like waiting on some kind of change. What is the shadow self? Be careful that you don't regret your words today or something that you do because out of frustration. Instead of being joyful, maybe you get like on a soapbox. I'm getting someone gets up on a, like, you could maybe like get frustrated with your coworkers or family and friends because they're not giving their, you know, they're not providing like fair share, or they're not working as hard as you, and you might regret your words. So be careful you don't like put an end to the joy of the day. Don't be a killjoy. Like there could be someone here that blows up or finally gets, like, you could regret like being in a bad mood because others are not meeting you halfway. It could end up like killing the joy in the room, you know. So be careful you don't regret what you say or do. Tell me about the shadow self. King of Pentacles in the reverse. Someone could be projecting onto you. You could be dealing with another earth sign, or this is you. That's, again, I feel like angry or losing something here. Maybe money. Or I feel like this is just you in denial about what's going on inside. Like if you're angry about a situation, you feel like you're overworked, possibly. And you could end up losing your temper or losing a sense of peace within yourself, or you could end up being in denial too and maybe projecting onto others. That could be a situation. Be careful you don't project something that's going on inside of you onto everybody else, you know. We also have assassin here, so like that could be like you could be attacking someone or someone could be attacking you. Maybe this is someone, it doesn't have to be you. Could be someone around you that's angry. The Knight of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I feel like there's just this lack of love, this lack of thoughtfulness or care. Even though you come in and you show up with a lot of options and you put the work in, by the end of the day, it's like you feel like you're doing everything and losing hope in any change or outcome that. And I feel like there's tension building. You could have a lot of built up inner stress that's coming through, and maybe you want to, you know, blame or attack, or you feel maybe like it's unfair. I feel like there's a sense of feeling like things are unfair and like you're doing too much, but you could regret your words. If this is not you, it's someone around you that's feeling like that. There could be some kind of character assassination. You could feel like you're under attack because people are not really putting their, you know, helping you, or you feel like you're doing it all. We have conch shell. There's a calling here. It's interesting. I have a conch shell, and I was thinking of taking it to the ocean and getting rid of it. So maybe there's something that you need to get rid of. Maybe in your home. Maybe there's something that's you have a calling to do. That wasn't maybe my calling to do that. So wake up. Your busy lifestyle is blocking out the voice of spirit. Enjoy the sound of silence and listen to your inner wisdom. Take steps to embrace your life's purpose. Trust your intuition and follow your dreams. Your true calling is your priority. Don't divert. And this could be it. Like maybe you're searching for your true calling, but in the meantime, you're doing all these other jobs that are not fulfilling. And you could be distracted in your regular daily life by all of these things that are keeping you busy, but you're not addressing the deeper parts of your soul that need addressing. And maybe there's something that really needs to be addressed here. And I feel like there is some kind of shadow side here that maybe you're suppressing or not really addressing, and being distracted by just doing the work that you need to do in a daily, everyday basis, but keeping something hidden even from yourself that has to do with being balanced and dealing with your shadow energy. And you could be unknowingly projecting that onto others if you're not dealing with it. So I'm getting there could be some shadow work that needs to be done. I know for me, I'm still, I'm working on shadow work too. And again, one of the things, like I said, the conch shell had to do with, it's a gift. It was a gift, and I've had it for many years. But there's been some signs for me I should get rid of it, because, I don't know, some things that we keep could have, energies that are really not favorable. And I don't know, it suddenly fell from a high shelf, like in the middle of the night, I realized it's like a water element that I needed to address. All right. So we have Capricorn energy. So yeah, you're focused on your work, day-to-day reality, being very business-like, being, dedicated to achieve success, focusing on results and rules. Again, I'm getting it's like he's shaking his fist, we're going to do it this way. We got to be focused. We got to do our work. But again, I feel like that's a distraction from what you truly need to focus on, which is your soul and your calling. So you might need to take time out today and just realize maybe you're just going through the motions. Maybe you're just embroiled in work and it's a distraction from what your soul really needs. That could be something for someone. What does your inner child want you to know? So you deserve to be seen. Let yourself be known. And again, I feel like there's some kind of suppressed energy here. Something needs to be released. Something that you've been suppressing and even fearful of. Hiding it from yourself. Okay, what else from the inner child? Today is the day. It's time to begin the journey. The journey of, what is your calling, and not just the journey of what do I need to get done today? Because I know there's a lot. Maybe you have a lot of work, or maybe you do a lot for other people, but what is your calling? Today is the day to examine your soul, to look deeply into what your calling is. Take responsibility for your choices. We did have the Seven of Cups that came out at the center of the reading. This is your life to live, so own it. You have the choices. But I feel like there's a really slow energy. Maybe you're not taking action on those choices. There could be fear of new beginnings. Fool card in reverse. Maybe there's procrastination. Petrified wood, lost. You might feel lost. It's only after we've lost everything that we're free to do anything. So again, I feel like, there's a need to really find yourself or find your way with that Seven of Cups. But again, I feel like it's slow. You might feel trapped or stuck or like things aren't moving. But why is that? Or what is it that you need to move toward if that's the case? Maybe asking these questions. What does the Moonology have for us? Bring love into the situation. A new moon in Aquarius. We do have a new moon in Virgo. There may need to be more love because this Capricorn energy is really, it's kind of mixed up here with the sword energy in reverse is the earth, and it's like mind and body focus. There's hardly any cups here, and the only cups that came out was the Knight of Cups in reverse, so a denial of love. So we do need to bring love into the situation today and be gentle with yourself. I feel like there's a lot of force or a need to like drive to work and get things done and make people agree, and everybody needs to work, but maybe you need to relax more today and let love in. Let love in. What is that? Now that song's coming. Let love in. I don't know who that song is by, but I'm getting that song. Maybe you need to let love in. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to get one more message and an archetype and we'll stop. You could be asking why. And that could be both ways. Like, why am I doing so much work? Why is no one else contributing? Why am I the only one? Why? Or you could be asking, what is my calling? Why am I still here in this same space? Why aren't I moving forward? Or why can't I figure things out? I don't know. We have not for you. And I'm getting, there could be something that is not for you. Like if you're working super hard on something and you're not getting results, maybe it's not for you. So you could be questioning your choices at this time. What is the archetype? Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. Yeah, go deep within. What is it your soul wants? Because you could be just, meeting everybody else's needs, but not your own. And maybe you're not listening to your inner knowing. So that's what I have for you. I hope this helped. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.